Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker is now just 80 days away from its official release by Disney, Lucasfilm, J.J. Abrams, and crew that will end the Skywalker saga and the sequel trilogy itself. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel for future Star Wars content. Now, what's really exciting about Episode 9 is that we do know that this film, of course, is going to serve as a film that will create new Star Wars lore, ranging from the Jedi, the Sith, and the Force in general, and is also going to be used as a movie to create a brand new foundation towards something new, and to take Star Wars in a different direction. Now, on top of all of this, we do know that J.J. Abrams wants to make this the darkest Star Wars film in the Skywalker saga's history, which honestly I think is going to be a very hard task to really complete in order to really make it far darker than that of Revenge of the Sith. Now, on top of all of this, these past couple of weeks or so, we've been learning a whole lot more about this film, and when it all comes down to one of the concept art descriptions, this is where things begin to get very exciting for Episode 9. Now, specifically, what's really intriguing about all of this is that shot descriptions consisting of a sequence where it's explained that Kylo Ren is said to be standing in front of Palpatine, where Palpatine is described to be giving Kylo Ren a lecture about the dark side of the Force and the power of the Beyond. It's explained that one of the sequences involves a moment in which Kylo is beginning to fall for Palpatine's manipulation, as Sidious promises that he will obtain the power that Darth Vader once had if he has the courage to kill Rey right in front of him, as he failed to do with Supreme Leader Snoke during the events of Episode 8. It's described that Kylo Ren is said to force grab Anakin's saber from Rey's belt, where Kylo is said to ignite his crossguard and Anakin's saber in both hands, and begins to place it near Rey's neck, as if he is about to perform a similar move of what Anakin Skywalker did to Dooku in Episode 3, that serves as a direct parallel to Anakin Skywalker. It's said that Palpatine is telling Kylo Ren ancient Sith code, where as this happens, since Kylo is holding the Skywalker saber, he begins to hear the voice of Anakin Skywalker's Force Ghost in the background, reaching out to him, guiding him away from the temptation of Palpatine and the darkness. This is where it's explained that Anakin is able to steer Kylo away from the darkness that Sidious wants Kylo to fall for, when Ren is described to throw both sabers towards Sidious, where Palpatine is able to block the move and throw the sabers back at Kylo, where he dodges the attack. So let's go over a couple of parts about this. Now, what's really interesting about Episode 9 is that there are going to be a lot of direct callbacks to that of the prequel trilogy era. One of the big ones, of course, has all to do with how Kylo is basically the new Anakin Skywalker, if you will. It's basically like a reverse story of the character of Anakin, and it's a very interesting one at that. So, when we look at this particular scenario, we have, of course, both Rey, Kylo, and Palpatine inside of his throne room, where Palpatine is giving him a lecture about the dark side of the Force and the power of the Beyond. Now, the Beyond, by the way, is said to be the most powerful Force nexus in the galaxy that is said to serve as the origins of the dark side and holds a power far stronger than both the dark and the light combined. Now, this is actually said to be a moment in which Palpatine is trying to manipulate Kylo Ren, in which he begins to fall for this manipulation and tries to kill Rey, or at least begins to take up the task to try and kill Rey under Palpatine's command. This is where Anakin Skywalker's Force Ghost is said to intervene, preventing Kylo Ren from doing such a terrible act to Rey. Now, what I like about this, though, is that this is a nice callback to what Anakin Skywalker did to Dooku in, of course, Revenge of the Sith, where he used a blue and red saber and beheaded him, where in this particular scene, Kylo Ren is about to do the same exact thing, but is interrupted by Anakin Skywalker's Force Ghost voice, where Kylo Ren pulls away and throws both sabers at, of course, Palpatine, where Palpatine is able to block it in mid-air, throwing it back at Kylo Ren, where Kylo is forced to actually dodge it on the ground. Now, what I like about this also is that this is, of course, kind of redoing what we got in The Last Jedi between Snoke, Kylo, and Rey, where Snoke is basically trying to have Kylo Ren kill Rey. In this scenario, of course, we have a similar situation between Palpatine, Rey, and Kylo Ren. It may seem like the same thing, but of course it's going to be different. Now, we have the Force Ghost voice of Anakin Skywalker preventing Kylo Ren from doing such a terrible act, and in this particular scene, Kylo is legitimately falling for it. He's actually falling for the manipulation, whereas, of course, in The Last Jedi, Kylo Ren was actually actually tricking Snoke. So that's a very interesting part of everything related to these characters in this sequence. So you can really see what JJ is trying to do. He's really trying to create a very dark film that's going to mirror that of Revenge of the Sith. We have a moment here that is really like a nice direct parallel to that of Anakin at the very beginning of Episode 3 between himself and Dooku and what he did to Dooku. And what I like about this as well is that you can really see the tone that they're trying to do for the throne room scene between these three key characters. It's like a blend between Return of the Jedi and something completely brand new that the fans have never seen before in a Star Wars film within the Skywalker saga itself so far. So anyways guys, drop a comment below, let me know what you think about all of this in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.